So it's Thursday, the fourth day, or as Joey says, it's the third day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what day? Thursday, the third day. And welcome back. Not that Joey, by the way, another Joey. He's one of, not my friends, but he's a friend. Okay. Some things are happening today. Need to get my mixing desk fixed. Don't know what the hell is wrong with it, but all of a sudden it stopped responding, and need to see if I can get that fixed. I know I'm going to have to pay for support, so that's fucking brilliant. Other things happening. Some more kind of like normal things happening, but today I have to open up some projects and see where I'm at with some of the older projects that I'd started and hadn't quite finished in time. So there's two quieter projects and then one very loud project which I'm going to be working on, and hopefully get them working and up and running into a kind of semi-mix today, take them home tonight and give them a few listens and then mix them up over the next couple of days. Also got to write a chorus for a new tragedy song, which is sounding redonkulous. And today should be quite an eventful day, and it's kind of interspersed with other real life things, like I'm trying to change the gas supply here to a thermodynamic heater, which turns cold air into hot air, so I've got to wait in for him. And a little bit of waiting around today, which is unfortunate, but it's just one of those things. And join me, won't you?
There once was a cat, and his name was Maurice, and he sang in the most beautiful choir. That cat had a home, but his home was destroyed, and he sang like an angel on fire. That cat named Maurice had a lover named Belle, and she sang in the most beautiful choir. But Maurice had other plans, and so he drew out his gun, and he stabbed Belle in the tail. But Maurice was alone without his darling Belle, and he sang in the most minor of scales. The blue and the black took over his life, and now he's a cat without whiskers. What a beautiful story that was. Fucking hell. There once was a tortoise.
So I've just mixed one of the last two down acoustic instrumentals, because what we did was, it's quite difficult to explain. When we were recording the acoustic album, it was two acoustics with a real layer of sound absorption between that and our voices, so that the acoustics would stand almost completely independently. You can hear a little bit of the voices on the guitar tracks, but they're almost completely separate, which is nice, which means I can mix the guitars and then worry about the vocals as a separate treatment, if you know what I mean, which is quite nice. It's also really nice to mix something that's one waveform, and I'll show you what I mean here. If you can see here, there's no breaks in any of these audio waveforms, of course, because it's from start to end, it's just the live thing with no editing. Because, you know, I think when you're doing something live like this, the mistakes, if there are any mistakes, and sometimes you do make mistakes, the mistakes are kind of part of the experience because it's live. Like, Callum and I played live like 5 years ago, and we don't have a recording of it, unfortunately, but I remember standing on stage, I remember hitting notes on the guitar and like changing things live, and it was a really interesting experience because it was kind of taking what we'd done on the album and remaking it in a way. It's hard to explain what I'm talking about. It's not like ad-libbing stuff. We were changing things specifically so that they'd be unique for that one live experience, and I like to do that. I like the idea that You know, I've got one Quiet One date next year, which will probably be the only time I ever play live with Quiet One. So it's quite a big deal. So I want it to be a really special night. So I want the treatments to be really unique and really kind of long lasting, because of course Intimate is its own thing, and it would be nice to have a completely separate kind of experience for all of those, for anyone who attends, you know. Very similarly with Heartshot in this case, because of course the real version is quite heavy, and the acoustic version is kind of how it always started though, because it was a Quiet One song that kind of moved into a Two Down area because it didn't quite fit with the Quiet One sound, and it's just nice to hear it back how it was. So and we really like playing Heartshot acoustically. Heartshot and Terminal, they're the two songs that translate so well into acoustic versions. I'll play you a bit of Terminal maybe tomorrow. That's the last, I didn't mix that a couple of days ago, but that's the last one that needs, there was an issue, one of the guitars is out of phase, so I need to fix that. That'll be the last thing I think tomorrow to mix instrumentally. Then I'll go in and EQ and compress the vocals, but not much will need changing because they were good takes, very solid takes to begin with, and we rehearsed a lot. I mean, you can hear, you probably can't hear, but I think you can hear that it was quite a well rehearsed experience, and it makes the mixing of it really quick because there's no like editing or tweaking things. It's just mixing the levels, a little bit of EQ here and there, a lot of phase correction, because with live it was 6 microphones. It had a U87 and an SM57 on both guitars, then a U47 on both, no, a U47 and an SM7 beta on, because that's Callum's mic on the 2 vocals. So there's a lot of phase correction that needs to happen in order for it to sound kind of okay, but we've got that now finally, and I can hear myself singing here in the background. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you because I've been mixing this for like 3 weeks now, and it's finally there, so yes, good. I'm watching something called Lizard Lick Towing. It's like it's scratching my brain.
Well, I don't know if you can see it. I can see a sausage munching monkey coming out of your butt.
So that is a wrap on Thursday, and we did a lot today. I feel like today was fairly productive. I didn't think it was going to be as well. I keep saying that. I'm always mildly surprised with how much I get done in one day. I finished the last, well, I've still got a little bit to do on Terminal tomorrow. But instrumentally, the album, the 2 Down acoustic album's nearly done, and that's sounding great, and we've really wanted to do that for a long time, so that's really unique. Spent some time talking to Joey today as well about the idea of physical entities in terms of our products, which is really cool. We also looked quite deeply into the realm of custom-made guitars for Tragedy of Time, which we're really interested in because we like the idea of breaking away from the kind of standard guitars, and we found some really up-and-coming companies who we really would like to adhere to, so we've contacted them. And then what else was today? Oh, tomorrow I've got to do... tomorrow's really busy because tomorrow's working on 2 Quiet One songs for Intimate, actually, to get them really sounding great again. Had a little bit of issue there with some tape warble, which so I'm having to revert to the last versions of those. So that's tomorrow, and finishing Terminal tomorrow as well. And there's another little EP which I haven't announced for probably 2 years. If you can guess which EP that is, then I will retweet you on Twitter. That's your winnings. But Joey may be featuring that as well. So very productive, and I hope you sleep gorgeously, and I really hope I do, because I am fucking tired.